Hey, we're Saints. Father Chris here. Welcome to our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. Yesterday, Greg rocked it. He went through Ephesians 6. We've been talking about the recent decree, the new decree that the Roman Catholic Pontiff, the Pope Francis, put out regarding the permission of some of priests to offer specific type of blessings to same-sex couples. And though we're not really interested in that topic as much as the fact that he sold out, man. I mean, like, he wasn't strong. His church teaches something. It has a very clear position against same-sex couples and blessing them in marriage and all that stuff. It has a position. You may not like it, but it's there. And he meant it, right? And so that's a tough thing. It's a really tough thing for us to really enact in our own lives because, look, I'm using the Pope as a starter, a story starter. But really, in our own lives, are we bending? Like, we believe this, and do we bend it? I mean, if you're like me, unfortunately, you probably bend it a lot. I don't want to bend it, but I do because I'm not always willing to stand strong for what I believe. And Paul in Ephesians, St. Paul in Ephesians is telling us, like, look, those guys in Ephesus were struggling, bro. They were like, under assault. And I mean, Ephesus kind of was the capital, or let's not say the capital, the home base, the central location, the main company headquarters for St. Paul and his ministries. It was right on the coast. He could go, all over. And so it was like those were his, his peeps. And they were struggling with it. And they were under assault and persecution. And he's saying, baby, stand strong, right? He says in chapter 6, verse 10 of the epistle to the Ephesians, finally be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Now, it's interesting. I wanted to deal with this word in the strength of his might. Let me look at it. I want to find it in Greek. And δύναμουστε εν Κυρίου και εν το κράτη της ισχύος αυτού. Krati, right? This word in the strength of his might. It's a fabulous word. It comes from the Greek, like almighty, all powerful dominion. But really what it means is like he's strong. He's holding everything in his hands, right? He's got the whole world in his hands. But like we like to sing that song like this. He's got the whole world in his hands like this, meaning he's supporting you, keeping you strong. He's strength. But if you upset him, whoop, he could let you go and down you go, right? This is kind of where the rapture comes from, right? So it's like it's in his all-powerful hand, right? His strength and his might. So with that in mind, as warrior saints, we've got to keep that in mind and recognize that, look, even if we're facing hardship and difficulty, when we confront things that we believe, that we subscribe to, and we're tempted to bend them, we've got to stay strong in that and say, look, he's got me, right? It's not magic. He's not like, there's no like, mystical experience where it's going to come down and, magically save you from persecution and struggle. He might even give you struggle because in it, you grow, you become stronger. But you've got to remember that as I'm standing up for what I believe in, the cross of Christ, a crucifixional life, that there is one true God and that I need to listen to his words and that other things in the world, regardless of the world is telling us that they're good and regardless if the Roman church is telling us it's okay, I got to stand strong even knowing I may face a little bit of it, right? It's going to be hard. It's going to be filled with struggle and strife. And there will be times where I'll feel alone and, I don't want to do it, and I want to bend. It's easier. It feels better. It's more comfortable. It's just everybody's doing it. Why I want to be with the cool crowd, right? All that kind of stuff. Stay strong and recognize you may not see the end of that struggle and persecution. You may not feel like you're in a good spot. But if you stay strong in the Lord, man, his might, it's upholding all things, right? He's got that power in his hands to uphold all things, right? Interesting, very quickly, an aside for our Orthodox Christian listeners, and watchers. In the top of the domes of your church, there's that big icon of Jesus, usually holding the gospel book and whatever words it says. That icon is called the Pantocratoros, right? And this krator is the same word as Paul. It's the all strength, the all powerful, the all might, right? He's got it. So you take confidence in that. Don't let anything sway you from it. If this is your position and you believe this, don't bend, baby. It's going to be tough, but don't bend, right? In all things, when you find that battle within, will help. 6 parts, battle plan, change your life for the better. Love you. I'm telling you, look, give me the second to pitch it. I mean, it's a pretty good plan. It's working. I've implemented it in my own life. I actually put it together for me because I was like, so it's pretty good. You want it? Right there. Love you. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the week. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.